Hey guys, welcome to Cosi Ristorante in South Tiara. Today, Chef Dona here with you guys, and we are setting up our beautiful station to show you how to cook authentic Italian in this beautiful courtyard. So let's start today with seafood fettuccine, also known as marinara. Now, you might see this one has been done in millions of other ways, and that's normal. Italy has more than 3,000 kilometers worth of coastline. It's a peninsula, and every single town almost has its own recipe and its own way of doing marinara. It might have different names. You go in Tuscany, where I'm from, and on the Livorno area, on the coastline of Tuscany, it might be called Livornese style, which is basically marinara. Then you go on the Naples side of it, and it's called marinara. Then you go Puglia, and it's called pescatora. But basically, the recipe contemplates to have some very beautiful fresh seafood. In this case, we are using mussels, clams, also known as vongole, Pacific scallops, and beautiful calamaris. You will need some garlic, some fresh chili, some cherry tomatoes, based Napoli, and obviously the king ingredients, which is our fresh seafood fettuccine, which we made every morning fresh here at Cosi Restaurant. So let's get started. You want to have some very good quality extra virgin olive oil, and trust me, if you don't put the fire on, it won't work. Do you have a lighter? Thank you. That's the beauty of being live, isn't it? All right, so you want to start with on a medium heat, and you want to wait until your olive oil is hot enough to sizzle and not boiling. You don't want to boil, you want to sizzle. And you want to start with a bit of garlic. We use confit garlic. Then you want to have some chili. The quantity is entirely up to you. If you like it hot, like I do, put more. Then you wait until the pan starts sizzling. You want to infuse those flavors, you want to cook them off, but you don't want to burn it. Oh, pity you can't smell this. So as you can see, the oil is frying the garlic and the chili very gently, but not too low. You don't want to change the color, you just want to make sure it's cooked off. And then it's time to gently place your seafood into your pan. You want to make sure that the scallops get a nice colored caramelized crust on the sides. As I said before, you can do this in a million different ways. I'm doing like my grandma used to do. A bit of seasoning. Remember that seafood, it's a salty water, obviously, so be careful with that. You can always add it, you can never go back. All right, so a quick turn to your scallops. Checking how it's going. Bit more fire to get that going, and the first round of parsley goes in with some white wine. Now the white wine is for two reasons. First one, you want to deglaze the pan, you want to wash off all the caramelization that happened on the sides of the pan, and you want to bring acidity to the dish. That's why white wine. And the bit extra, it's for me. Another tip is, that's nice actually, Greco di Tufo today. Pay homage to Campania region. And normally people would ask, oh, which is the best wine to go with that dish? Basically, if you use Greco di Tufo, you're gonna drink Greco di Tufo. Once all the wine is evaporated, you wanna cook off all the alcohol in there, otherwise you're gonna have like a slight alcoholic bitter aftertaste on it. So make sure it's all cooked off, and then it's time to add your Napoli and Comfy cherry tomatoes in there. A quick stir. And now, while you need 2-3 minutes to let the entire sauce cooking off, it's time to cook your pasta. Now you want to have a pot of boiling water with salt on it. What's the right amount of salt? It has to taste like the Mediterranean Sea. If you haven't been to the Mediterranean Sea, don't worry, the ocean will be fine as well. And roughly you want to have 10 grams of salt for each liter. So to cook that much of quantity, you might have, which is one portion. Let's say you are in two at your home and you want to have a nice dinner. You want to cook off a nice dinner for your partner, you will need around 3 liters of water and 300 grams of fresh fettuccine. Drop your pasta in there. Wait a few seconds, couple of stirrs to make sure that doesn't stick to the pot. Today, obviously, we have the luxury to using like a drainer. All right, our pasta is very close to be ready, roughly 2.5 minutes. It depends how soft you want it. Being Italian, I like mine al dente. So let's drain off all the water from it. Transfer into your pan and give it a good stir. Now, if you are confident enough, give it what we call in Italian saltare. Now, you don't want to jump the pasta, but that's the literal translation of it. If you have the luxury to have some beautiful fish stock, which we call it fumetto, add some to complete the cooking of it. If you don't, some pasta, some water from the cooking will just be fine as well. Now, unfortunately, as I said before, you can't smell it, but have a look at this. This is beautiful. Remember that fresh pasta tend to clog a little bit onto the plate, so leave it nice and runny on your sauce. I didn't say watery, I said a little bit runny. And then make sure that you grab a large enough plate. We use our beautiful ovals in our restaurant. And remember, Italian cooking is not about being fancy, it's about being tasty. So don't worry too much how you're gonna slam your food onto the plate. Worry about seasoning, quality of ingredients, which is very much most important. Now, look at those beautiful mussels. Seafood fettuccine at Cosi Italian Ristorante South Yara. Buon appetito!